Hi, I'm Kara, and my mom is different. When I was a kid, Mom would take my sister Anne and me to various stores with her and tell us to create a distraction. Knock over a display in another aisle or ask one of the workers tons of questions while she slipped something into her bag. Nothing big, a tube of lipstick, a piece of fruit, a bottle of Tylenol. Because she was our mom, we trusted her. We thought it must be okay for adults to do things like that. She did it in church too. She'd use Anne and me as a diversion, then steal some coins from the collection basket or little pieces from the displays around the holidays. Just a little souvenir, she'd say. Let's keep it our secret. One day, a police officer came to talk to my class about fighting crime. He listed crimes you could go to jail for: vandalism, assault, fraud, and stealing. He talked about a thief he'd arrested recently, how that man was rotting in prison now, and how we should all follow the laws so we didn't turn out like him. I knew that's what my mom was, a thief, and I became terrified she'd go to jail. I vowed to protect her secret, no matter what. My mom got worse as I got older. My friends would come over for sleepovers and wake to find their earbuds missing or their jewelry. After a while, kids stopped coming round to my house. I knew from sneaking into my mom's room once that she kept her little souvenirs in a blue velvet box with a glass lid. I'd stared through the glass at all the things that belonged to my friends or to stores around town, knowing that I could never tell anyone where their things went, or my mom would go to jail. One day, in church, around Christmas, I was the last person to take communion. My mom whispered to me to knock the chalice out of the priest's hand and make it look like an accident. I tried to protest, but my mom kept saying, "Just do it, Kara. Stop being such a baby." So I knocked over the communion grape juice, and while people scrambled to help clean it up, my mom tried to grab the gold-plated halo on one of the angels in the nativity scene. Jeannie, one of the parishioners, saw her. "I knew it!" she shouted, loud enough that everyone turned to stare. "That woman is a thief. She's been stealing from the church for years. Her daughters are in it with her." I wish I could describe the humiliation I felt with all those judging eyes on my family. Some of my friends were there, and I knew they were putting two and two together, realizing who had taken their things over the years. Jeannie yelled at my mom, "If you ever take anything from this church again, I will make sure you go to prison." The priest calmed Jeannie down, murmuring about forgiveness, but he asked my mom to stay for a private meeting. After that meeting, my mom sat down with Anne and me. "I'm very sorry," she told us, "for making you a part of my criminal behavior over the years. I know I have a problem, but I'm going to change, I promise you." I wanted to believe her, and for a while, she seemed to be telling the truth. I didn't see her steal anything else. She got rid of her box of souvenirs, but the damage was done. Word had spread around town about my mother, the thief. Neighbors whispered when I walked by. Kids at school teased me. The owners of shops around town kept an extra close eye on me. Once, at the convenience store, I picked up a candy bar and was trying to find my money in my bag. "Don't you dare put that in your bag," the cashier yelled at me. "I knew you'd turn out just like your mother." I dropped the candy bar and fled, humiliated. For years, I didn't have any friends. I was just that girl whose mom was a thief. One night, desperate for socialization, I attended a Halloween party that basically my whole school was invited to. I figured if I could wear a mask, maybe nobody would recognize me. I ended up talking to a really hot guy, Jeff. We really hit it off, and I was so happy to be talking to someone my age, a hot guy, no less, that my heart was soaring. "What's your name again?" he asked finally. I knew I couldn't keep up the ruse. "Kara," I told him. "You know, the girl whose mom is a thief." To my surprise, he didn't say anything mean. He just asked how my mom was doing. "Better," I told him. "She hasn't stolen anything in a long time. She's really trying to change." I was shocked a couple of weeks later when Jeff asked me to the prom. Was he serious? As asking me? The freak? The outcast? I was so excited. Maybe my life was slowly changing for the better. I even let my mom help me pick out a dress. When Jeff arrived the night of the prom, I was giddy. He gave me a corsage, then cracked me up by immediately asking where the bathroom was. He said he was so nervous about going out with a beautiful girl like me, he had to pee. But as we were getting ready to leave, he said, "Oh no," and ran back to the bathroom. When he came out, he looked upset. "Where's my ring?" he asked. "I took it off when I was washing my hands and set it on the bathroom counter, and now it's gone." His ring was a class ring that had belonged to his father, who had passed away when he was 12. I checked the bathroom, but the ring wasn't there. My face started to burn with anger and embarrassment as I realized what must have happened. Jeff realized too. "Your mom took my ring," he accused. "No, she didn't," I said, panic rising in me. I knew she had taken it, but I couldn't let her go to jail. "Don't say that about my mom. You're defending her?" he asked incredulously. "God, you're just as messed up as she is. Did you really help her steal things all those years?" I couldn't deny it. I had helped. My heart broke as Jeff stormed out of the house. My mom found me crying in the foyer. "What's wrong?" she asked. "You're what's wrong," I screamed. "You stole Jeff's ring, and now he hates me." She looked shocked. "I swear, Kara, I didn't take it." "Yes, you did. Stop lying to me. You've been a liar and a criminal my whole life, and you've ruined everything." Kara, but I didn't want to hear any more of her excuses. I ran to my room and slammed the door. My mom and I didn't speak for days. I avoided her like the plague. I figured Jeff had told everyone at school about my mom and the ring, but people didn't treat me any worse than usual. At least Jeff hadn't blabbed. One day, I was washing my hands in the bathroom when I saw something shiny in the tiny crack between the counter and the wall. I reached in, my heart pounding. It was Jeff's ring! I stared at it in shock. My mom had been telling the truth. Jeff must have knocked the ring off the counter by accident. I sought my mom out and held up the ring. "I found this in the bathroom. I'm sorry I didn't trust you." "I didn't give you much reason to," she said. "I know I made it hard for you to live a normal life for years." It meant a lot to finally hear her say it. I didn't know if I was completely ready to forgive her. I was still hurt by her actions, and by the knowledge that even if I had told Jeff about the ring, it wouldn't change the things we'd said to each other. But her apology felt like the start of a much-needed conversation that might be the beginning of my more normal life.